That's the outdoors. This is a non-posted video. This is me not being a hoarder, trying to clean the garage up. I got everything stacked, packed. This stuff here really is not, there's some kids' toys there. The snowblower, some miscellaneous stuff that needs gone through. This pile here could disappear by 3/4 just by going through it. You know what I mean? Seriously. And the lumber and shit stuff can go outside now. That pile over there, there's actually a whole row of crap that needs sold. That's miscellaneous boxes, some sports cards, collectibles, miscellaneous stuff. Right now, it probably doesn't have no value unless you're going on the internet finding somebody that's rolling in dough, because a lot of people have been out of work because of this crisis and stuff like that. So, of course, the COVID crisis, this video is not getting posted, and if it does, it's going to be in sketch mode. You can figure out the pieces from there. But anyways, treadmill, exercise bike. Of course, it is usable, but it doesn't always get used. And then the workbench over there is covered in front of the boxes that are for sale. So there's about 15, 20 boxes there that need to go. And then there'd be a whole walkway in front of the workbench to get that cleaned off. The roller shelf, the nice thing is it's take a lot of space out of area that needed to be used, but I use it for tools and food overflow since I built it last winter. And but it's really taken up a big chunk of the garage. So I decided I was going to put another shelf on there, and I left it kind of tall, but I wish I would have cut it lower, and I'm going to cut those boards off so I can just roll it outside. That way when I want to clean the garage, I just roll the shelf outside. Originally, it was never meant to leave the garage, but now I think I'm going to take a sheet over there one of these days, drape it across, and make 4 little cuts and be done with it. You could hinge them and all that stuff, and then if I ever want to put another shelf, I can just cap it across the top and have a little shelf there and stuff you can set on top of. So I'm eventually going to take that down. There's a little radio still up there and some junk. All that stuff needs to come off there. Clear that workbench off. All that other stuff is really just storage. Stuff that you got to have back there. It's just stuff that we're probably going to keep forever unless we weed it out. I don't even really want it in the attic. We got some of the kids' stuff up in the attic, but that's it. I mean, there's nothing in the crawl space of the attic other than some collectibles for the kid. Other than that, you know, everything's like right there. And if that stuff went through, we could probably get rid of at least 1/4 of it. I don't think we can get rid of half. If I'm going through it, we're only getting rid of 1/4 of it. If somebody else goes through it, they probably get rid of all of it. But that's the difference between a saver, a collector, and nostalgia and stuff that I want to keep for me while I'm here and got my own house. So I would like to go through it someday so I don't cast that burden onto somebody else. And I did start that project. But originally this garage was at least, I had fencing on this side 10 years ago until the weather got good to put the fence up outside. That whole half was boxes as tall as that. And I didn't have the stuff on the outside like that. Everything was hoarded up. So believe me, it's been added to, taken away from. So many life events have happened. And eventually I would like to go through it. I've thought about just getting one of those storage containers or a shed and packing it in there, but I've got mixed views on that because some of it, I mean, half of this garage could be sorted and probably taken away. So between recycling, even the cardboard boxes, I believe in recycling. The stuff that's good, I donate if it doesn't sell. If you can't sell it somewhere, if I don't want to deal with it, I take it. And pawn shops don't even really want to give you nothing for it. They got a crew of pickers that pick for them, and that's mostly who get their money. If you bring something in there, they don't even want to pay you for some of the stuff. Some of the places I've been, if you're not one of the regular pickers, they don't really worry about it. That's between different reasons and whatever. It's not like the old days where anybody could take something and pawn unless you got something of good value. They don't want your little bit of stuff. So you either sell it as sale, donate it to Goodwill Salvation Army or some other reputable veteran donation place and go from there. So by far, I mean, half of it could probably be sorted out, but I like to save like the wood and the lumber in case you want to do a project or a shelf. And the boxes and crap, once those are gone through, those will go to recycle unless they're the stuff that's hauled away, and then you let them deal with it when it's donated. But other than that, it's just stuff that I would save. It's not like it's valuable to the world. It's just something that keepsakes that we want to have for us and our family to pass on if it makes it to the next generation. If it doesn't, that's fine, and we'll donate it, and somebody else will get it as a treasure or re-gift it or sell it or whatever they do with it. Hallelujah. Anyways, that's my quick video. I'm probably going to upload it in. Maybe I'll do it in the haunt mode or the sketch view. That's what I like to do when there's too much stuff in the background. Unless I post the original video and those other views, because I like the other views too sometimes. So there's the best thing you ever do. Now, this is a low power ceiling fan. If you ever put a ceiling fan in your garage, put 2 of them in, first of all. Space them out. Hey, maybe put 3 or 4. But get the regular high-powered one. I bought just a cheapie. That one was like a $30, $40, $50 fan originally, and you got it for like $10 on sale, one of their clearance. But it's slow. And so I'd say get the better fans for your garage. It's really great. Like if you got a little paint project or something you want to dry, it's nice. Keeps the airflow. In the first year here, some of this stuff, because we didn't open the door a lot, because these doors can wear out, unfortunately, the tracks and stuff like that. These bars on most garage doors are only rated 7 years, is what I was told by one of the ladies. And he called on the phone. And at our other house, one of them broke, the torsion bars. So anyways, so we didn't open a lot. Well, a lot of the stuff got like a little surface mold or haze or mildew on it. So now we open the door off and on throughout the season, keep the fan rolling. The heat, we got a heat in here now, luckily, but we just got that a few years ago. But we run that in the winter, not in the summer. And then even if for a little while there we had a portable air conditioner in here, which isn't a bad idea. And sometimes we'll just open the house door and let the cool air from the house cool the garage down. And then when we can, unless it's July, August, when it's too humid, then we'll just open the door and let the humidity back out for evening if we can. And there you go. There's some secret garage tips in there, along with all your storage stuff. I always leave room, like all that stuff against the wall, it's actually got room behind it where it can breathe. And then when it's stacked, there's room in between there. That's why I like that wood shelf. Everything can breathe. It's 2 inches off the wall. Most of that stuff isn't touching the wall. Even the stuff over here, it's stored there, but most of it is off the wall. And then there's a little wood ledge, which is like 1.5 inches off the wall. So everything is not against the wall like it appears. Even the freezer, you always keep it back so everything can breathe. There's a little safe with nothing in it over there. It's off the wall. It's stored here for somebody else. I hope they still have their combination. There's nothing in it. Everything's off the wall. Everything can breathe. Even this shelf's off the wall. The stuff on the floor, never put boxes on the floor. Every box here that is on the floor actually is not on the floor because it's on a wood board or a brick or some kind of base. Because the moisture, it's like your basement. The moisture and stuff can seep up through the concrete if it's a wet area. And it can get into your papers, your cardboard, any of that stuff. I try to leave like a 2x4, 2x6, something stacked where it's a couple inches off the floor. And then if you get a little standing water, which we don't ever get in this garage, knock on wood, even the crawl space, there's nothing down there. But if there was, you always keep it off the floor. It's a very good tip to have if anybody ever finds this video and actually makes it through it. So definitely keep the stuff off the floor. That stuff there is on the floor a little bit, but that's not my doing. I never set stuff like that on the floor. So that will be fixed later. All right, thanks for stopping in.